All right. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get started. So get comfortable. And if you're sitting or lying down, make sure you're feeling connected to your body, to the ground, closing or lowering your gaze, taking some nice, gentle breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, starting to feel your body connecting with your chair, starting to feel your body connecting with the ground, the bed, wherever you're sitting or lying down. Feeling the gravity pulling you towards the center of the earth. Feel connected to the skin that is acting as the barrier between you and the outside world. Taking a deep breath in, start imagining all of the things in your life, all of the to-do lists, and start imagining them gathering above your head in a cloud. And as they're gathering in this cloud, they start morphing into one big ball of goo. Stressors, other people, tasks, responsibilities. If you're feeling them in your body, just let them go out of your body into this cloud of goo above your head. They start melting into one another. And as these pieces of life and humanness escape your mind and into this goo, you start feeling a little bit more calm, a little more comfortable, more present in this moment. And as you're feeling the presence of a moment without any tasks and to-do lists, take another deep breath and feel that open space in your mind. And as that open space in your mind is relaxing, that cloud above with this orb and goo of to-do lists, it escapes through the atmosphere. I promise you'll get it back. Do not worry. It's not gone forever. But it escapes in the atmosphere. So it's no longer in your consciousness for this moment. This next hour, you get to focus on you. And as you're breathing here together with one another in this body, in your chair, I want you to surround yourself with an orb of protection, almost like a bubble. And this orb of protection is just you. No one else can come in unless you invite them. But it is being protected by your ancestors and loved ones, masters and teachers that are here for you, your guides, your higher self. And you're just here in this bubble. And as you take a deep breath, feeling your body relax, this bubble expands. It expands and expands. And you are quiet and safe here. And suddenly the bubble moves and you move with it. It's moving slowly. You can walk in this bubble. You can make it move. And you're walking. And you walk out of the room where you are. And you walk up into the sky above your house. You can see it below. You walk up through the clouds, up into the atmosphere. Looking down, you can see your town or your city. You can see the mountains and the rivers, the ocean. Beautiful Mother Earth, we all call home. Keep walking up into space. And there, you pause for a second. Here you are between Earth and the moon. And you can see them both at equal distances. And this bubble is protecting you from all the elements. And here you feel calm and quiet and peaceful. And here you can see very clearly. As you're sitting in this bubble, feeling protected, safe, and loved with your ancestors, looking at you through this bubble, smiling deeply, always loving you along your journey. They have something to share with you. And as they point you down to earth, they show you something that only you know. And you look down, and suddenly you're in a forest. And you're walking through trees, pushing them to the sides. You're walking through bushes. You're walking through, it feels like a jungle. And as you walk through this mass amount of plant material and earth, you see a clearing up above. And you walk up this hill through the trees. And suddenly you come into an open space, a field. Where are you? You are 1 year from now. It is January 2nd, 2027. And as you look around, you see what you've created and what you will create. This is your land of plenty, something you've always wanted. The dreams and aspirations that you've been going towards. You look around and you see people who have guided you and loved you on this path. And you look at them and you smile. You walk around. Where are you? Who are you with? What are you wearing? What does your life look like? And as you continue to walk, you see in front of you 3 paths, like forks in a road. A path on the left, a path directly forward, and a path on the right. And these are decisions that you will be making and choices of this last year. You already know what you're thinking. You already know what you want. And in this land of plenty, this higher self, you find joy. You find playfulness. You find purpose. And here we're going to explore what each of these choices and decisions and paths can look like for you. And as you're walking towards a path, choose one and know which choice that is and start walking towards that path. Walk down that road. What do you see? How do you feel? Who is around you? What emotions come up? In this path, you meet an ally. This person might be an ancestor or a spirit guide. And you walk up to them and you ask them a question. Listen to their answer. Thank them for their wisdom and for their love. It is time to turn around and go back. Walk back towards the fork in the road. As you're walking, keep looking around and seeing where you've just come from. And as you make it back to the fork in the road, you choose another path to explore. You are curious where this is going to take you. Start walking down that path, that choice, that journey for this next year. Where are you? How do you feel? Where has this taken you? Who is with you? Here too, you meet an ally or an ancestor, and you walk up towards them. You ask them a question and listen to their answer. You thank them for their wisdom, their guidance, for their support. And as you turn around to walk back to the fork in the road, you look around, deep love and understanding for this choice, this path of yours. You walk back towards the fork. The next and last decision or choice that you will walk down. You feel good about this choice, and you walk down this path. Where is it bringing you? Who are you with? How do you feel? And as you're exploring this world, you also see an ally or an ancestor waiting for you. You walk up to them with love, and you have a question for them. Ask them that question. Grateful for their wisdom and their love. It's time to walk back. You start turning and walking back towards the opening, the fork in the road. You look around, gather all the information you need, and walk back towards the fork in the road. As you're standing here in your land of plenty, in your manifestation of a more authentic, true, loving self, in this place where people you love and care about are around you, the place that you feel joy, the place that you feel playfulness. Some people walk towards you, and these are the ones who have guided you this year. You may know them or you may not know them. I want you to look at them and thank them for their guidance and wisdom. And some of them have a message for you. Listen to their message. Thank them for their wisdom, their guidance, their love. And receive all of that love into your heart. Receive it, accept it, honor it. You deserve that love. You deserve that support, is what they're saying to all of you. You deserve help. You deserve guidance. You deserve friendship. And as you look around, you look to the ground and you see some plant allies who have shown up to support you this year. You do not need to know their names. Some might be your ancestors' medicines. Others may be new. Look at them. Touch them. What do they look like? Do they have a scent? How tall are they? Do they have flowers? Standing up in gratitude for this space, you walk back towards the forest of whence you came. Walk back towards the bubble. And as you enter the forest, you look back with gratitude at this land of plenty that you can go back to anytime when you're confused or when you need support. And with gratitude, you step towards the forest and start pushing aside leaves and bushes and plants, walking back into the mist. And suddenly you're back in the bubble between earth and the moon. Your guides and ancestors surrounding you, loving you, saying it's time to go back. As the bubble starts floating back, you start walking back towards earth, through the atmosphere, through space, through the clouds, back down, down, through the roof, through the ceiling, into your home, back into your chair. The bubble gets smaller and smaller. You start sitting, taking a deep breath in, deep breath out. One more time, deep breath in, deep breath out, rolling your shoulders back behind you. Wiggle your fingers and toes and come back into the space. Come back into the room, slowly opening your eyes. And bring out your journal and start writing down anything and everything that has brought importance to you in that meditation, and then we'll continue. I encourage everyone to keep journaling after this session together today. And I know you could probably journal for the next 3 days based on that vision and those prompts. I have a few prompts I'd like to add to that vision. It is said that being an authentic person is actually a very large challenge. Authentic people have to often disconnect from the expectations that they fill a specific norm. And we use the concept of authenticity as this given, as this idea that it's an easy journey. It's actually not an easy journey, but it's the most rewarding journey that someone can have in this lifetime. And my hope for all of you and for myself that we can find the people around us that support us in that authentic expression of who we are and on our path. So I have a few prompts that some masters have come up with and some amazing quotes that are definitely not out of my mind. And I would love for you to write your ideas about these things, these ideas. So by the Dalai Lama in his little book of wisdom, he writes, with the realization of one's own potential and self-confidence in one's ability, one can build a better world. According to my own experience, self-confidence is very important. That sort of confidence is not a blind one. It is an awareness of one's own potential. On that basis, human beings can transform themselves by increasing the good qualities and reducing the negative qualities. So my question for you to write is, what are the good qualities that you have in yourself? Not aspects that you're necessarily paid for. The good qualities in yourself that you are going to harness and foster and nurture this year that builds your self-confidence. Not from the outside world, but from the inside world. And I'll give you a few minutes. The next prompt is by a author, John O'Donohue, is one of my favorite poets, passed away, Irish poet. And this is a very, very short poem, but a powerful one. And the title for this poem is To Come Home to Yourself. Again, this concept of authenticity and authentic life. May all that is unforgiven in you be released. May your fears yield their deepest tranquilities. May all that is unlived in you blossom into a future graced with love. The prompt is, who or what do you need to forgive in yourself and others this year so that it may be released from your psyche and from your body? And what fears are you relinquishing this year? I'll give you a few minutes. I love doing this with you all. I'm so grateful. I have to share, of course, some writings of Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes, one of my teachers, one of my most present teachers in my life. In her book, Women Who Run with the Wolves, one of the most important stories that she writes for me is The Ugly Duckling, and how she understands and writes about the wild woman being rejected from her family and feeling as though she was ugly, and to her becoming a swan and finding her family. So she writes this belonging as a blessing, this section. And I'm going to read it to you. She says, when we accept our own wild beauty, it is put into perspective, and we are no longer poignantly aware of it anymore. But neither should we forsake or disclaim it either. Does a wolf know how beautiful she is when she leaps? Does a feline know what beautiful shape she makes when she sits? Is a bird awed by the sound it hears when it snaps open its wings? Learning from them, we just act in our own true way and do not draw back from or hide our natural beauty. Like the creatures, we just are, and it is right. So the question I have for you in our last prompt is, how do you accept your own wild beauty? What is the thing in you that you love that you might hide a little bit from the world? Or what is the thing that you want to accept in yourself and accept that it's beautiful? Feel free to journal for a couple minutes. I know many of you are here to get clear about this next year. And one of the most important pieces of manifestation that I've seen in my own life and every other person's life that manifests what they want is that they never do it alone. So if you have a moment, write down the people in your life that are supporting you on this journey. If you're part of a community, if you have friends and family, anyone that you know. And then next to that list, hopefully that list has at least one person on there. Write the people you don't know. And you will not know their names, or maybe you will for those of you who know that there's a teacher or someone whom you want to work with. But write down the people you don't know who you want help with. This could be a financial coach. This could be a therapist. This could be a teacher. This could be a professor. This could be anyone that fulfills a need to help you fulfill one of your dreams this year. You do not need to know their names. It could even be a community you want to join. And under that, these people you know and you don't know, and what you will ask of them. What will you ask of these people? Sometimes it's paying someone, sometimes it's an exchange if you don't have the income to support paying someone. What is the request you want from them? And how are you going to ask it or get it? And if you don't know, just write some ideas. It doesn't have to be anything concrete. Taking a deep breath in. I promise you'll have plenty of time to journal for the next year when you need another prompt or another guidance. But as my teacher, Dr. SD, says, this is the second world. I brought you into the second world, which you can see as your imagination. You can see as the spirit realm. You can see as a higher self, understanding things outside of our immediate experience. However you see it, that's how it is. But when you have a question or a decision to make that's challenging, go there. Do your own meditation. Guide yourself through a journey to get somewhere and ask for a guide to help you. Sometimes you will get answers that you could not have gotten otherwise. But use this tool, use it well, and it will help you. I love you all so much. I'm going to unpin myself so I can see you. Here we are. And I want to thank you for joining me for this guided meditation in 2026. We're all here in 2026. So exciting. And I know this last year has been terrible for so many people. And as I was preparing for this meditation with you all, the thing that kept coming to me was everyone needs to find joy and play, because that is the most radical act when we're surrounded by so much stifling and so much hatred. That is the most radical thing we can do, is be playful and find joy and find one another. So I hope that I can help you with that in any way. Would you like me to share a little bit on how to hang out with me this year? If you want to hang out with me more, that'd be okay. Yes, good. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yes. I'm hoping to do some free classes this year. I'm really feeling that generosity is needing to be going out in the world and for me to spend time with people. So, free herbal classes, Land of Verse is my herbal medicine education platform. So, I would love to share more with you there. A lot of you already know about that. And then I have a group called Holistic Business Folk, which is a monthly membership for people that have their own businesses and want to connect with people. And that's starting on Monday. So you can find me there. I will be hanging out in those places most of the time. So if anyone wants to join us there, I even have a code for people. It's less than $20 a month to come join Holistic Business Folk. But there's a lot of free stuff, so no pressure. I'm going to be doing a lot of questions and answers with other entrepreneurs, and you'll get to hang out with us for free too if you just want to hang. But please keep me posted if you want to do any class or any subject matter that you would love to connect with, even more meditations, which I love so much. So I wish you all the absolute best for 2026. I hope to see you all in other spaces, and I send you all my love.